For the murder of the wounded, looting, cannibalism, you are hereby sentenced to death by hanging. Or torment.
Don't meddle. Take the reward and let's go.
Help me!
Knew you witches wouldn't scorn imperial gold. Tough hunt.
Tougher than yours, that's certain. Evil is evil. Lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference.
Can't fit me.
Bring her down. Do it my way. You like that, you bitch? Get the hammer. Kick her teeth in.
The degree is arbitrary, the definition's blurred. If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all.
Just make it quick, Geralt.
What the?
Close your eyes.
Hit him. What are you doing?
Killing monsters.
Uh-oh.
Go.
Mom.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Lost Love, Episode 5. Long ago, two hearts beat as one. Their love was pure, their love was strong. But the world is cruel, and they were torn from one another. Tears were shed as one disappeared from the first, never to be heard of from again until now. There was a rumor that dared not be believed. Elyon was alive. His plight was desperate if it was him, but it was the best lead in years. This elf named Elyon was being held in a secret dungeon of a powerful man. The blood of kings ran through the master's veins, or so they said, at the Carnifex estate, which was a large vineyard here in southern Cidaris. Whatever it was, Aya's trusted friend had learned of a man that had escaped bondage there. That man, known as Rothmyr, claimed to have met Elyon while imprisoned there. That same man might hold answers that Ayla had long sought. Go ahead.
To my dearest friend Ayla, it has been long 4 years since our last adventures together. They may not be long for you, but as a gnat life such as myself, it is an excruciatingly long time to go without the company of such a good friend. Pleasantries aside, I write you this letter with good tidings. I may have found a lead on your long-lost lover Elyon. If that is still something that interests you, I will be at the Dripping Aleskin. Should you need reminding, this is the same Dripping Aleskin we spent an evening of mischievous revelry in with 5 dwarves whose names completely escape me, and a barrel of Mahakaman spirits. I do hope you remember the place. I know I barely do. The fond memory made me think of you, so more out of jest than anything, I put up a wanted poster for Elyon. I had honestly forgotten about it, as I've been here for weeks looking for work, until I was contacted by a man who claims to have shared a jail with him. Normally, I would not take much stock in a story like this, as I promised a reward, information given in transaction for coin, to be delivered on the verification of their words' validity. However, I never mentioned Elyon's abduction or incarceration, so his alibi matches up that far at least. I personally believe this is a lead worth chasing if you are still looking for answers to long-pondered questions. In closing, I should be in town for a while longer, but who knows how long the informant will linger. I do hope you will be here soon, though. If you do choose to come, I would recommend withdrawing some funds to take with you. The man will be expecting his reward, and I have little to offer in the way of coin. Regardless, may you continue to live long, and I hope to see you soon. Ever your friend, Illithor. Having finished his letter, the tall, clean-shaven man closed the note in red wax. The seal bore a crescent moon cradling 4 raspberries, arranged in a diamond, the sigil of the noble house Rillian. Illithor handed the messenger both the letter and 20 orens, double the usual delivery fee. Make sure this gets to Vivaldi and Sons Bank in Vizima, and make sure it gets there today.
The messenger carries the note weeks ago to Vivaldi's in Vizima, eventually reaching the hands of Illithor's friend, the elfish sorceress, Ayla. And then let me change the scene again.
Ayla, or Etheria, sat cross-legged on her bed, head down, looking at a piece of parchment in her hands. Some of the edges were ripped, parchment creased and smoothed out over and over. Scratchy handwriting was scrawled across the page, handwriting that conveyed a message that Ayla thought she'd never receive. A lead, finally, about her fiancé, Elian. He was lost her over 50 years ago, taken by guards and dragged out of their temporary inn room in the middle of the night. Blamed for a death Ayla knew that he could not have committed. Though she was a mage, she was powerless to stop the guards from taking him. Yes, it had been years since she'd even been with him, but she needed to know what happened to him. Needed to find him. Years and years of searching, almost getting herself killed, angering a few townsfolk here and there. She still hadn't turned anything up. Not until now. Ayla's hands twitched as she gripped the parchment, the moistness of her hands nightly smearing the ink. Her hair hung down and pooled in her lap as she hunched over, reading the note over and over again. She brushed her strand of hair away from her eyes, behind one of her pointed ears. Illithor, her friend and old bodyguard, had found information on who he thought or where Elian was. He and Ser Carthis, or she and Ser Carthis, were on their way to see him and get the information he had. She had to keep reading the note to confirm that this was real indeed. That this might not be a false hope or a dead end. That Elian could finally be within her grasp. Ayla sighed and folded the parchment into 8s before sliding into a belt pouch. She felt her caravan slow down, knowing that she had finally arrived at the location. There was a tight knot in her chest, a mix of excitement and nervousness. Straightened her hair with her fingers, ruffling it out and smoothing it before getting to her feet. She took a deep breath, in and out, trying to steady herself. Come, Ayla, come. Don't get overexcited now. And she smoothed out her dress before walking towards the doors of the caravan and exiting into the day.
Your caravan parks down the road from this seemingly almost lone tavern. There's a few buildings around the area, but there's not much as far as other town structures. It's not really a town per se, but almost like a waypoint on the road.
And Ayla walks out of the caravan, looking around for her bodyguard, who she's been with for the past 2 months. Ser Carthis? Where are you?
And Ser Carthis would kind of walk over from some shade that's nearby, perhaps a tree or something of that nature. Yes, madam, I'm here.
Good. Well, looks like we're here. And she looks over to the building, looking back at Ser Carthis. I'm not sure what to expect inside, but at least we know in one of them.
Indeed. Well, I'm not certain what to expect either, but nonetheless, I'll be ready for it at your behest.
Thank you, Ser Carthis. And Ayla looks towards the building, wide eyes, her hands kind of sweating a little bit as she rubs them together. Well, better now than never, no? And she starts making her way over.
Be at ease, Ayla. Don't let them see the fear in your eyes, madam. Just have the conversation, see what they have to say, and if anything gets out of hand, know I am here.
It's not quite fear there, Ser Carthis. It's more excitement than anything, more a bit of nervousness, and finally, I'm just hoping it all happens to be true, you know?
Of course, madam.
She seems to be bouncing on her heels a little bit as she walks, trying to stay herself, getting calmer and calmer as she approaches the door handle. And she looks back at Ser Carthis, then opens the door. Oh, before she opens the door, she stays, letting go. Kind of makes her way to the side of the building. Give me one moment there, Ser Carthis. I need to get prepared.
Of course.
Mm.
Stand to and just kind of keep a lookout as she's preparing herself.
She finds kind of a place out of anyone's eye view. Cass decides to start chanting a little bit under her breath. Casting a glamour spell on herself, improving just the general look about her. Be more approachable, be more, in a way, beautiful than she is now. And after she does that, she comes out from around the corner. Big smile on her face. Looking a lot better than usual. Looks at Ser Carthis. Now I think I'm ready.
Yes, you look ready. Confidence seems absolutely glowing about you, ma'am. Here, you'll get the door and open it.
All right, you pull the door open to this scene. Inside, there are several townspeople about, unknown to you. Old women, middle-aged men, young men, all in their cups, with a man walking to and fro, serving tankards of ale and spirits in bottles with small cups. The elf's eyes search across the tavern and see one man that may be familiar, his back to you. But that man, you do believe, is your long-time friend and former bodyguard. Whereas the other man, seated facing you, you do not know. And go ahead, Rogue, if you want to do some sort of intro or describe yourself.
Rothmyr has a dark brown gambeson and is wearing his Verdun archer's hood of also dark green. You can see he's kind of lazily lounging at the table there and twisting one of his throwing knives in between several fingers of his left hand, wearing palmed gloves, seeming kind of deep in thought at the moment, and a pipe in his right hand that he slowly tugs on a few times. You also notice he's several blade hilts, usually poking from his leather belt or peeking out of a couple of his boots. He's scanning the room every once in a while, and definitely notices Ayla enter in, kind of a change in air of the atmosphere.
And certainly it's not usual to see non-humans, even these days. Elves, dwarves particularly, are not all that common, so seeing one might spark others' interest, and it seems to be the case. As with her stunning beauty and magnetism, all eyes seem to turn in her direction. Some with slack-jawed looks and others with smiles.
And Ayla is kind of wearing this very delicate dress, very airy, and the fabric kind of plays in as she almost glides across the floor. Seems like a smile slowly growing on her face as she approaches from behind who she assumes to be her friend, Illithor.
The closer you get, the more, Illithor is one of those people that you smell before you see him. He has a saying. A man has not often a reason to be nice, but he always has a reason to smell nice. He usually has a perfume that smells like raspberries, on. It's pretty potent, but, compared to the stink of shit in the streets, it's pleasant.
Getting closer, can definitely tell just by the smell of it. Same as 4 years ago. She glides across the floor, across the tavern, and approaches Illithor from behind, wrapping her arms around his neck, putting her head beside his. I thought I could smell you from all the way over there.
Is that you she-devil?
Oh, it's so good to see you, Illithor.
Oh, it's great to see you as well. We've been waiting for days. We were assuming you weren't going to get the message.
Oh, I'm so deeply sorry. And she'll unwrap her arms from him, standing back straight, looking over to Rothmyr, looking back to Illithor. I wasn't expecting you to contact me with such news.
Believe me, I wasn't expecting it either. I've been saying for years he's dead. But this is fantastic news. Oh, I'm sorry. This is, my new friend, I'm sorry. What did you say your name was?
Rothmyr jumps up pretty quickly, almost knocking his stool back, and then goes into a bow. My lady, I'm Rothmyr. Rothmyr, ghoul.
And Ayla will step closer to Rothmyr, her eyes kind of scanning his figure, looking over him. There's no need to bow there. Stand up, stand up.
She's as much a lady as I am a king. You can sit down.
I take offense to that, Illithor.
He kind of sits back down and looks towards the person behind her, the bodyguard, and kind of nods to him.
Carthis returns it, but keeps scanning the room mainly.
And go ahead.
Yeah, as Carthis looks across the room, he does see that at least the men seem a bit perturbed that she walks up and hugs Illithor. Everyone else just simply looks away, seeming more or less to forget that you guys are even there. Like, she knows someone. And go about their business. It doesn't appear there's anyone here that could certainly threaten you or her, Ser Carthis.
He would relax a little bit after appraising the stock of the tavern folk and look towards the group as they're doing their introductions.
And Ayla will motion with both hands towards Ser Carthis. Come. Meet my friend here. Illithor, this is the man who has your job. Ser Carthis.
Carthis will extend a hand to Illithor. Carthis Van Carden.
Illithor, just Illithor. He would shake it back.
Rothmyr kind of looks at his hand and stuff, and just he doesn't offer his hand or anything. He just says, "Sir."
Yeah, so Carthis will nod and return his hand to his side near his sword and continue to scan, not as worried now as well. These are the people you mean to meet then, ma'am?
Indeed. And Ayla will take a seat, and pulling the chair out and sitting between Illithor and Rothmyr. She'll put her hands on the table, supporting her chin with them, and look back and forth between the two. So, down to the reason you be sending me that letter. And she'll look over to Rothmyr. I'm guessing this is the one who knows about him?
That's correct. Rothmyr, I assume, well, you know more about this than I do.
Yeah. You needed my assistance getting back into the dark hole.
Hello,
Let's
everyone.
start with
I'm
what
Ted
the
from Blade
dark
Wind.
hole actually is. I don't believe we actually got that far. As far as I know, you and my dear friend's fiancee you were in the same cell, in the same prison. What, I'm not entirely sure what your relationship with him was.
Rothmyr, you knew him?
I spent time with him, yes. He was an acquaintance for a time.
Could you describe the man?
An elf. A mage. That is all I cared to know.
Is there anything, maybe about him, maybe, what kind of state he was in, or anything like that? And with that, Ayla's getting a bit concerned, a bit closer to Rothmyr. Like she's trying to draw out more information.
The, Illithor would start asking questions with, wrong information in them to, see if Rothmyr will try and pick those apart. So, the elf, I'm trying to remember. He was ginger-haired, correct?
Do I know if he was ginger-haired?
Yeah, one second. This is what he looks like. And you know that, so you know he was not.
I believe it was a blonde. A pretty man. He appeared sick and weakened. Actually, when I left.
How long were you with him?
For a short time.
What was he declining in health, or?
I would say so. I would say he doesn't have much time left. Nobody does down there.
And why were you with him exactly? Carthis will kind of speak up, looking Rothmyr over hard.
He doesn't, like, Rothmyr doesn't, you notice, look towards Carthis when he talks to him, but he says, I was imprisoned falsely for stealing. It wasn't me, though. Another fat, plump fuck, Gavin, blamed me for it. I still plan on paying him a visit when I get a chance to. I don't mind waiting, though. I like waiting. It makes the hate stew.
Spoken like someone who might not be a criminal. Truly.
Yeah. But I know how to get back in there and get you a man. But I will be expecting some payment for this.
Of course, and we will be paying you as soon as we can verify that he's actually in there.
Or you can let him die if you want. He kind of like sits back down. As if impressed with himself that he has some advantage over it or something.
Well, how much are you exactly looking for this type of help, this information?
How much are you willing to offer?
And Ayla sits back in the chair, biting her lip.
What would one pay for a loved one? And he takes another drag off of his...
I slide over 2 coins, 2 orens. What would you say to that?
He looks down at it and smiles a little bit.
I mean, 2 orens would be barely enough to buy your ale.
Exactly. We don't have much of a framework to go on here. We're a little new to the whole breakout and rescue. We're not exactly sure on what buys what.
This is a joke, I see.
No, it's definitely not a joke. Anything but. At least 100 now. More later. At least for the information. There are other things, of course. And she looks to Illithor, looks to Ser Carthis, looks back to Rothmyr. Other things that I can offer that are a bit past money.
He raises an eyebrow.
I would raise an eyebrow.
Not like that. Not like that. It's, and she kind of looks around the tavern itself. It's not something to be speaking about in a populated setting like this.
100 now, and 100 later.
All right.
That sounds agreeable.
She'll pull out her coin purse from her belt pouch, looking inside, counting out some coin before sliding it over to him.
He takes it pretty quickly, takes the pouch, and smiles out of the corner of his mouth and nods. Well then, allow me to take you to your loved one.
And as this conversation is happening and the coins are exchanged, the doors open and two heavily armed men walk in. They wear the crest of Redania, that much is clear, both carrying weapons at their side and fairly heavy armor as they clank into the inn. One walks over to the barkeep and begins to speak to him as the other fills his own mug of beer as he idly looks around.
Hey, go ahead.
Rothmyr, just when he takes the pouch, he kind of like sits back down, and you can see he kind of keeps his head down while he's tying his the pouch to his belt.
Ayla looks around, looking at the men heavily clad in armor, looking to her group there. Maybe, we should be finishing your drinks and heading out then.
I agree.
Oh, believe me, I'd love to see nothing more than the outside of this inn. I've been here for far too long.
Again, I apologize for making you wait so long.
Oh, it's fine. It's completely worth it.
Thank you, Illithor. This means more than you could ever know.
Ser Carthis and Rothmyr particularly, why don't you roll me awareness? That should be under...
Intelligence
Yeah,
skills?
intelligence, correct.
It is.
So you should have buttons.
Ooh.
Yeah, Rothmyr, I'm gonna whisper you something.
Alright, let's be about a business then. And Rothmyr kind of stands up and nods for the others. Kind of offers his hand out for them to like take.
Cut out there.
He offers his hand out for them to take the lead, and says, "Shall we go then?"
Of course. And Ayla will kind of rise from her seat a bit awkwardly, pushing it back in.
Carthis will stand and look around the tavern, wait for them to start moving.
As you do, one of the Redanians calls out, "Wait! Wait there, you!" And he moves towards Ayla.
I would get kind of close and defensive standing next to her.
My crossbow is on the floor next to my ankle. I would kind of have my hand on my knee, like ready to reach down and grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rothmyr would put both gloves on his hilts of his daggers.
And Ayla would look the armor-clad man in the face, smile as warmly as she can manage with someone kind of approaching her out of the blue. Hello there. How may I help you?
Just wondering why an elf lass here in human lands considered us. One that carries around the staff, huh?
Yes, it's sometimes for walking in that hard terrain, you know.
Or it could be for casting spells.
Oh, no, nothing like that. She'll again smile at him.
Mages aren't much appreciated around these parts. Not by us, anyway.
And it's a good thing there are none here, isn't that right, sir?
Only time can tell. Time and perhaps the test.
Even elves have to eat.
Ayla, why don't you give me a deceit roll?
Okay.
That should
I'm
be...
guessing empathy.
I don't... Yes,
Don't
it is.
know.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
It's empathy.
Like I said, it's just really for walking in these sometimes awkward conditions. You seem a bit frail. I get blown over pretty easily by any strong winds. Kind of helps me keep upwards, you know.
He looks you over and then looks to Ser Carthis. Ser Carthis, you can tell that he was reaching for something on his belt. It is a black stone. Ayla, you recognize this as well. This is, what's it called? Bear with me. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a, boy.
Probably something to do with magic, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that'd be will.
It's actually...
magic training would be fine if you want to roll out of your.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Magic training. Which, apologies. Which one would that be?
There's no button for professional skills.
Yeah,
Do I just roll on the sheet
Yeah,
then?
just a sheet for that.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, it did not let me roll it. Why not?
It did.
It did.
You rolled.
You
Oh,
rolled it.
did it? Oh, I'm sorry.
14 the first time.
14.
Stop it.
That's just good. So you recognize this as a piece of Dimiterium, which is basically a metal that weakens mages. And actually, I need you to roll. Let's see. What is it? Where's that?
Some nasty stuff. A sword made of that.
No, it's just a stone, I think.
But imagine.
Endurance check, please.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Remember, you can use luck.
Oh, don't know. My luck is terrible, too.
And make some throwing knives that made of that stuff.
Leave it to the dice.
Oh, no.
Almost. You feel your skin immediately begins to feel itchy. You feel queasy. You feel like you're going to throw up. Roll me a 1d6. So it's lasting. Well, what are you gonna do? Just go ahead and describe that.
So, Ayla turns a little bit pale, and sensing the Dimiterium. She tries to stand her ground a little bit, trying not to show any ill effects on her face. You know, trying to shrug off the feeling. Cracks her neck to one side. Just continues to smile through the discomfort, the queasiness. Trying not to itch herself.
Go ahead and give me a courage roll.
Oh,
That's out of will.
thank you. Oh, first one.
You're trying, but this is not a sensation you've felt for a very, very long time. You're trying to turn and make your way towards the door and double over, spasming as you have a shooting pain in your stomach. The witch hunters look at each other. What we got here, huh?
So it's interesting to me. So you said that it's odd for an elf to be traveling around Sedaris, but what's more interesting to me is what is a horse fucker doing so far away from the stables?
They both cut eyes at you. Well, the only one that's going to be fucking a horse tonight's you.
Oh, are you planning on sharing?
Rothmyr's gonna pull his blades and try to stab one of these guys if he can.
Alright.
Best you boys not make a poor decision, as he says, as Rothmyr does that.
Alright, hold on 1 second. that escalated quickly.
Oh, Rothmyr's gonna die right here.
Oh no.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm just gonna go be sick in the corner.
Yeah, we gotta see if you're actually staggered or not. 1 sec.
Okay. Yeah, I remember reading about that and I was like, oh no.
I was just planning on, like, you know, getting in a little fisticuffs, get my ass beat and thrown out, and maybe you guys slip out the back or whatever. No, we're going straight to stabbing.
0 to 100.
Oh no. Rothmyr's gotta kill him.
Rothmyr does not have time for that shit.
I guess not.
1 moment.
And to be honest, neither do I.
Enough talk.
Yeah.
Let's just kill everything.
No one cares about these two nerds. Look at them.
These guys are obviously NPCs.
They have a number in their name.
Oh no.
Okay, go ahead and let's roll initiative. Let me make sure it's clear. Tracker's clear. Tracker is clear. You should have a button for initiative on your token.
Alright.
Look at you. You don't even have a name tag. You don't stand a chance.
I'm really slow. I'm kind of sick over here.
The number 3 is even slower.
All right, let's do the staggered roll. So give me 2 seconds to figure out how to do that.
Staggered.
Yeah, she could be staggered.
Very.
Oh yeah.
Times
Yeah.
with the stone.
Okay, so yeah, just roll me an endurance check versus DC 15.
Oh no.
Time
I
to
do
sleep.
not have endurance. Oh, ouch.
You are staggered, so you take -2 to all attacks and defenses for 4 rounds. So actually, until your next round. So your first round, you'll be staggered. I just put this in there so I know. All right, go ahead, Ser Carthis. I believe everything is to scale. It should be. Yep.
Okay. Let me see. Make sure I can move that distance. What is the
Speed.
movement?
Your speed.
Speed.
That's your normal
is
movement. So you can move up to your speed at any time during your turn. That kind of goes along with whatever you do. You can charge as well. Charging is you can run your run. Basically, it just will give you a negative to your attack, but you also do get benefits because it does more damage, etc.
What I would actually do with 5 of movement, I would work my way to get around Ayla. She's kind of doubled over, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would, if readying's a thing, I would just ready to attack the one whoever comes closest to me and just kind of put myself between them and Ayla. Ma'am, stay behind me.
All right. No arguments here.
Yeah, take a ready action. You may by
Yeah,
taking
my-
your turn to catch your. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was. I read that wrong. It's not. So yeah, you can do that though. That's fine.
Condition would just be whoever comes in closest to me, I'm going in on them.
That's fine. All right, Illithor, you are up.
I would take my crossbow off the floor and load it. Obviously, I'm not going to leave a loaded crossbow on the floor. So that's
Sure.
basically going to be my whole turn.
So yeah, it would be. You could move if you wanted, as well.
I would load the crossbow, and like as I'm finishing up, I would say it's like, all right, horse fuckers, let's talk reason. There's 3 of us and 2 of you.
They look at you briefly. Now, so one thing you can do is you can act again for 3 points of stamina. It's your extra action. You could shoot.
It's kind of cool.
I'm not going to
make it
shoot
2.
until they make a move.
Okay.
Would I have to spend the 3 stamina to kind of do that ready action?
No. If you shoot, you can spend it.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'm going to ready action. If they move, I will shoot them.
One of the men unhooks his battle axe from his hip and begins to move towards Rothmyr. Let me see what the...
Twang.
Yeah, okay, give me 1 second. So his speed was what?
Let's see what my stamina is.
5, so... 5.
Twang.
We don't do shooty bangs here.
Alright, so I'll take... Okay, you...
Oh,
stamina has
I
been
also
removed.
did it.
Oh, okay, so go ahead and just add 3 back to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take care of all that stuff.
Cool.
And you can go ahead and... So now you're going to use your crossbow. It will ask you a series of things. It'll ask you if it is your extra attack and say yes, please.
Okay, attack. Extra action, yup. Standard. Crossbow. This would be considered point blank or close.
Point blank is 2 meters, so... yeah, we'll give
Just
it to you.
out.
I'll give it to you.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Target location? Yeah, anywhere is fine.
12. He will try to dodge for 1 stamina. You fire, and he's able to duck his head just out of the way. The crossbow bolt goes flying and boom into the door behind him. He takes his blade and swings at Rothmyr as his normal attack. His axe. No extra action. Fast strike. 19. So you can dodge, parry, whatever's best for you. Block.
Yeah, I'll probably dodge.
Okay. You can use luck if you wish. Don't forget that.
What does luck do?
So you can spend up to your luck, and this gets refilled every game. So you have 4 luck. So you can. It'll add to your roll essentially.
Okay, I'll spend 1 luck.
Okay.
And then roll dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Additional mods.
1 for your luck.
1. Okay.
No. So let me take that stamina away for your dodge. Hold on.
Are we trying to roll low or?
Oh no, you're trying to roll high. You rolled a 15. He rolled a 19. So 1 stamina from you for that. So he beat you by
4.
4. So that's not a critical. He hits you in the torso. What's your armor on your torso?
I'm wearing a gambeson. Let me check.
It should be in your SP slot on your torso.
SP slot on my torso. Boom.
It should be under gear and inventory.
It says right arm for humanoid.
Does it? I thought it
That-
said torso.
Torso monster.
So,
Yeah.
so if you look at, oh, you're right. Right arm humanoid. So right arm. So nothing.
Oh, okay, nothing, yeah.
Okay. So it does have the damage for a right arm. So you take 7 damage.
That was a nice one.
So his axe comes down and slices you across the arm before you're ready. And now it is your turn.
Alright, my options for attacking him is that, I have, I guess, 2 daggers, I believe.
So really it's just you can aim and attack. So if you look at the different things you can do, it's under
Pretty much just one attack at this point, right?
yeah,
Okay.
you can try to do things like disarm, all that kind of fancy stuff. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
If you could aim for his head and try to stab him, you could do. I mean,
Which one's on me? Is it this guy here?
yeah, 4.
Okay. Yeah, I'll aim for a place where he is not armored, if he's wearing some armor.
Yeah, you can see this, right, Rogue? The map over here. To the left, I'm pinging and trying to drag you guys.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I was looking at that other thing. Okay, yeah. And, so do I just hit dagger?
Yep, hit dagger, and then it'll ask you a series of questions.
Attack. Extra action.
No.
Fast strike. Strong strike, charge, joint, or special.
So fast strike is basically you'll attack twice with a fast strike,
Okay.
and that's with no penalty.
That's all.
It does no extra damage.
Okay.
And this guy is armored from head to toe too, so I don't know.
Sword goes here, 1.
Pick your dagger out of that list.
Yeah, okay. And then target location.
It's if you wanted to aim at something.
So he's just armored, no
Doesn't
no
look-
place I can aim for.
No, I mean you could aim and it would do more damage if you hit that area, but like if you aimed at the head, it would be times 3 damage, but -6 to hit, and he gets to dodge or block or parry or whatever.
Okay.
too.
Yeah, let's just do the regular additional mods, bright light, no vision, train now.
Fumble. Now go click on your
Awesome.
click on your token and click the crit plus fumble button.
Starting out great.
Okay, so you rolled a 13. He's going to attempt to block. This will. So meeting is a fail. So you failed. He basically smacks your dagger with the haft of his axe, but you get to attack again for a fast strike.
Oh, cool. Dagger.
$22. Nice. He's going to try to dodge again. That will take, or he actually block again. Block again. That will be another stamina. That hit. That hit by 4, so no critical. All right. So you hit for how much damage? 6 damage. Target location 4. It is all soaked. You stab him in his chain on his chest and it does nothing. Ha! Little
Sweet.
toothpick ain't gonna do anything to me, boy. So you can perform another action for 3 stamina.
And my stamina is what bubble here?
Blue.
Is that blue one? Actually, go ahead. Yeah, I'll let the others go.
Okay. Ayla, you are up.
Ayla's on her, kind of doubled over, holding her stomach, and shit! I did not expect us to get into a fight so soon. Darn it! And she'll kind of look around at them and the townsfolk around them. Well, I think that Jake might be up at this point. And she extends her hands, kind of muttering some incantations, and basically kind of a stream of ice will come out from her, and she'll cast Rui.
You have a button for that.
I think I have -2 on that. Oh.
So
He just has to dodge. That's it.
so you need to cast spell casting
Oh,
as well.
spellcasting.
It's why is there a damage 0? That's weird.
I think because it does.
I don't think
just
it does damage.
Oh, that's right. You're right. It does.
It's just a root spell.
It's spellcasting. Gotcha.
And you're doing it versus the guy against Rothmyr.
Yes, this guy. So he just has to roll a dodge.
He rolls a dodge. Roll a dodge. Oh boy.
These guys are good.
It just misses. It begins to form behind him. And he's like, I told you! Kill him!
Shoot, and she'll.
Okay, so that was, how much stamina did you burn there, 2?
I think it's 2. Yes.
Yeah. So you can go again.
Oh boy. She'll look to Rothmyr. How's Rothmyr looking?
Now he's looking pretty beat up. He's got a huge gash in his shoulder.
Well,
And he looks pretty lightly armored and armed.
she'll attempt to what's the spell called? Magic healing on him.
Yeah.
What's the range on it? I think you're
2 meters.
perfect.
Oh wow.
So spell casting.
I don't believe you need to roll that.
Oh no. Okay. And I don't think there's no resist to it. I just have to be close to him.
Yep. Just click the button. That should work.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you have a button for that one too. Some of them you don't.
I
So.
do.
All right. So see his healing.
1d10 rounds. I'm
Yep.
guessing just roll 1d10.
Yep. That goes away. So 4 rounds, he gets 3 points of damage per round. So it says 4. So
Nice.
4.
Ooh.
And you get a couple back there. So how does that look as his arm begins to heal?
So Ayla kind of quickly missing that first initial attack, and she's not very trained specifically with that one. It's kind of a use in extreme measures, and goes back on what she knows for sure, and she'll turn to Rothmyr and again mutter under her breath. These sounds like she's speaking almost in tongues, and feels like a warmth kind of radiating out of her hands towards Rothmyr
Yeah.
as he slowly begins to mend.
Yeah, and that really did take something out of you, as with the second action and the spell, that's 8 stamina burnt.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ser Carthis, the Redanian begins to approach you. I'm guessing you want to attack him.
Yes. I have my cord drawn, and it's time.
you learn how to fight in a fucking castle?
Yes, I did.
He's gonna spend the stamina and try to block with his axe. Where is his axe? Okay. Nope, that's a hit. And that
26
Jeez, 26 damage.
to the torso. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Wow.
Well, that's
Nice.
good. So to the torso, so 12 of that is soaked, so he takes 14 damage. Yeah, okay. So how does that look as you injure him, but don't gut him, don't take him down?
Yeah. Carthis was trained in a castle how to fight, and he appraises this man coming towards him, watching him draw the axe, and just steps forward at the right opening, bringing the sword quickly across. A quick cut, nothing too deep, but just hits the right area on his chain to slice through, revealing skin and blood below.
He screams,
You can't fight back.
and he swings out with his axe to complete his action. And he is enraged, so he swings at your head. A 7. So keep in mind, blocking will impact the reliability of your weapon. Parrying actually does not impair your weapon, but it does also at a -3. These guys have just been blocking.
And he's aiming towards my head.
Yep.
Okay. I will.
If you have a shield,
I have a
you can
shield.
block
I'll
with
try to
that.
block with it.
Yep. So use
Yeah.
the melee. It should be. I don't know if it's melee or shield on your buttons, or do you not have it?
I don't think I have it.
Yeah, let me fix that for you. Where'd it go? Oh, it's because you have a battle axe. Go ahead and use your battle axe roll.
Okay. Okay, I should have a steel buckler or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna block or are you gonna parry?
I'm gonna block.
Okay.
No reason to.
Yeah.
Should I just put block with shield as an action, or?
Yeah, that's
battle axe?
that's fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure it rolls out of the melee skill because that's what it is.
18.
Yeah. So, yeah, you bring up your and so that does impact your reliability of your shield, but his axe just ricochets off of it. Ah! And you're up again, actually.
So after blocking that, Ser Carthis is going to try to run this man through with his blade again. Of course, using the cord. And what is it for? What does a strong attack do?
Strong attack will give you a -3, but I believe it multiplies damage by 2 after soak. So one thing a cord does that I think we missed is I think it has a bleed. So go ahead and roll 1d. Let's just do, it's 25%, right? So just do d100, 25 and less, bleed. Oh, so he's bleeding. So nice. What does bleeding do? Doc was on fire, but nobody was bleeding. So you can end up bleeding. Okay, so he takes 2 damage on his turn per round.
Okay. So strong attack, you're saying?
Yep, strong attack would multiply anywhere. So the difference between like a hit to the head, as I believe the hit to the head multiplies the damage before soak, and yeah, strong attack is after soak.
I think we're gonna go for a strong here. So yeah, I'll go for a strong attack against him with the cord.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all. Attack. No. Strong. Cord. 20.
20.
The leg.
Okay. So he is going to attempt to block. For 1 stamina.
Meat.
Yep, that's a fail. So he is able to block it.
I'll spend stamina and attack again.
Alright.
And this time I will attempt to go for the head.
Okay. So just so you know, second attacks are at -3. So when you click that extra action, it's going to be -3. When you click the head, it's going to be -6.
So -9 total?
Yep.
Or negative?
-9.
Oof.
Get him.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Give him some love.
That's crap.
Go ahead and roll a fumble roll.
Oops.
So a 1. He's just going to dodge. He easily steps aside. Ugh, gonna get you.
You can try.
Illithor.
To try and get around this melee with Rothmyr and this other guy, I'm going to try and get up on the table and reload the crossbow. Is that 2 actions or 1?
No, that's 1.
Okay. It's already going to be hard shooting into a melee, so I probably shouldn't take an extra action this time.
I don't believe there's, unless I give him cover, but you're up on a table, so I would give you a clear shot. If you're shooting at the Redanian 4, that is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the stamina for the extra attack and shoot now.
Okay, go ahead.
Alrighty then. Attack, extra action, yes. There's a strike, crossbow, point blank. Don't care where I hit him.
11.
Man.
Spend a stamina to try to dodge.
Just barely.
Just whizzes by his head. But he doesn't even, almost barely notices it as he sees Rothmyr, and he doesn't really think that the man can do anything to him. So he actually comes over and tries to attack Carthis. So they're ganging up, which means they get +1 to their attacks, and he is going to swing away.
There's no disengage,
No.
like free attack sort of thing? Okay.
Don't believe so. Please tell me if you see something that there is, but I'm pretty sure there is not.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, make sure, but I'm almost positive not. So he slides over and tries to bring his axe down on Ser Carthis. $14.
Yeah, I'll spend his stamina and try to block that.
Okay.
With the shield.
Okay. You have a lot of stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, easily
23.
done. Just turn and whack it aside. Okay. Rothmyr, you're up now. And you get 3 hit points back.
Alright. Rothmyr is there any way to come up behind him, get any kind of bonus for being behind him?
You would get you would be equal. But I would actually, since he's completely faced away from you, there are some I haven't been using the facing rules, but we can do that. I would say he would have to roll the vision cone stuff. I don't really want to get too much into that, but I would say your attack against him is at +3. I think that's the actual rule.
Okay. And can I throw a luck point into the attack, maybe?
Absolutely.
Okay, dagger, attack, extra action.
Nope.
Strike. Target location. And there's
Yeah, he's armored from head to toe.
I'll do the random. Additional mods? Is that
whatever you put in your luck and the 3 from attacking from completely behind.
Oh, okay, so 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, nice roll. 25. I'm gonna give him a dodge roll yeah, I'm just giving a dodge roll here. Oh my god. 22, you still hit, but it's gonna bounce off and do nothing. You can attack again with your fast attack. Fast attacks get 2 attacks each turn.
Okay.
So you can do it again. You get a +3 for being behind it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
24. He's gonna try to dodge again. 14. Now we're getting somewhere. So that's a critical. So let's look up that real quick. So you hit so by 10. That is a complex critical. So you take a bonus. He takes 5 bonus damage. Your damage was 6, so he takes 11 damage. You hit him in the arm. That still gets soaked. However, we need to do this. Why don't you go ahead and roll off that there, rogue? That GM
what am I
token.
rolling?
The GM token, just roll critical. And then when it asks you for what kind, it is a complex.
Ooh.
What?
So how do you stab him in the rib? It doesn't puncture his armor, but it actually breaks several ribs in his body.
Huh, nice. I would say he spins around after getting that and continues to talk shit. You gotta cover yourself in armor, huh? And then tries to put the blade up underneath his arm, and ends up stabbing the blade into the armor, kind of bending it into his rib cage and cracking some of them.
Yep, he just screams out, ah! And actually, you can spend stamina to go again if you would like.
Which I will do.
Okay.
This time.
And another fast attack, so you get 2 more attacks. And right now he took -2 body, -1 to reflex and dex.
Am I still getting the 3?
Yep, absolutely. roll your critical button. Now this is off of your token, the critical plus fumble. It's in the head too.
Oh my god.
So that is a roll of 33. He's going to try to dodge. Yeah, so that's over 20.
That's a deadly plus 10 bonus damage critical.
So let's do the damage first. Your damage was 4 times 3. So that's 12. Plus deadly is 20. So a total of 32 damage. So that would hit him for 20. And then go ahead and roll off that GM, the criticals button. And then when it asks you, it's a deadly critical.
Ooh.
Yeah. So how do you cut this guy's eyeball out?
After he falls to the ground from the ribs, I bring the other dagger kind of around his head and jab it into his face. Kind of twist the blade.
He just starts screaming out. And he learned his lesson to turn his back on you, apparently. And then you get attack again, actually. That was your first attack.
Is that guy dead? That guy's dead?
No, he's not dead. He's got an eyeball hanging out of his socket, but he's still alive.
Oh. He's just getting mangled. I'll bring the blade down to him again, I guess.
Yep. And +3 from being behind him. And all this time I'm using API to lower his stats too, based on everything. Oh, and now he has bleeding effects. 23. He's gonna try to dodge, I guess. Yeah, 11, that's a critical. What's your damage? You hit him in the torso, so 3. Just go ahead and roll me a... Didn't get past his armor. Go ahead and roll me a... Boy, I guess this would be a... What did I say? It's 11. Complex critical.
Oh.
Yeah, on the GM, the token. The GM token. You didn't roll a... So there's 2 different types of criticals. If you roll a 10, that's a critical. And then, yeah, fracture arm. So, I'm going to say at this point, he's just cut him... You know, you're just cutting him to pieces. He's so injured. How does that look as you finish him off?
Bring down the after the blade in the eye thing. I'd say he brings the hilt down of the other blade and kind of cracks his shoulder and just drags both blades across his neck and spits on him. Fucking cunt.
Blood just sprays up into the air as the elf acts.
Ayla, kind of still on the ground there, she moves herself back slightly, kind of horrified by this man with his eye hanging out and just getting torn to pieces by Rothmyr, and then finally just ending his life. Secretly hoping that glad that she's on this side of the combat and not the other. And she looks over, moving around. Ser Carthis still behind him, but she does the same thing she tried before, and attempts to freeze this one here.
Okay.
Oh, well, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It's all good. That reminds me of how much stamina I need to take.
Okay. Ooh.
19. He'll try to dodge. Nope. So
1d10 rounds.
And it just like goes up his body, freezing him to the neck. And he's trying to move but can't do anything. So his round is skipped. Unless you would like to act again, Ayla.
Ayla's just gonna kind of stagger to her feet and just hold her stomach, take another step back. Alright, if you guys want to finish this, it's all you.
Would you like to coup de grace this guy, Ser Carthis?
Yeah, Ser Carthis would not take any joy in it, but he would raise his sword to eye level with the man. And
No!
you made your choice. I'm sorry. And then I would just ram the sword through his skull and out the back.
He begins to say something, but his teeth shatter, gurgles. And then after a few minutes, he's like actually just kind of standing there in place, stuck by the ice. His head's bowed forward, blood pouring out of his mouth. And then when the ice vanishes, he just crumples to the ground suddenly at your feet. And you hear a commotion outside.
We need
We're
to
gonna
go.
have to- through the back door, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and get my my couple of bolts while they're finishing up the Iceman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, that's not a smart move. No, that was not a smart move. We should head out now.
Do you got any,
No choice, madam.
purse things we can grab real quick? or-
Yeah, they have a limited amount of monies.
I'll grab a pouch and blade. The guy I killed anyway, at least. And quick blade his pouch off of his belt there, and take off. Look around for any exit, I guess, in a different direction than the front door.
Yeah, the bartender comes up. This way, this way. The witch hunters are outside. Looks like they're
Okay,
doing in
there's
your
more.
caravan, lady. Cutting them to pieces.
Ayla will raise a hand to her mouth, extremely upset, looking back at the others, looking back to the bartender. Not much we can do.
Rothmyr, take us to the prison. We need to go now.
Yeah, Rothmyr will nod and take off running. Running for the back end exit there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Would follow suit.
Yeah, Carthis would pick Ayla up if she was still queasy and then just fire and
Yeah,
carry
she's-
her out.
Yeah, by now she's feeling better. It was only four turns, and then she feels more and more normal as she puts distance between herself and that stone. As you rush out of the tavern, you find it's growing dark. You rush just outside of town, and 1 second. They be problem. There we go. As you rush into the woods not far from where this tavern was on the side of the road, you find yourself hearing the screams of the caravan as they're butchered by witch hunters. But no one has apparently seen you flee. You can feel free to roleplay.
I'm going to make sure that my crossbow is loaded this time. That was pretty bad for last time.
Ayla's gonna find a place to sit down, probably on a spare branch, and huffing and puffing. She's not a very athletic woman, gripping onto her staff tight. She has a hand over her face. She just looks at the ground. I knew they were here, but... Oh, God.
Alright, Ayla, I know that you're having a really hard time with this right now, but we really don't have time to stop.
I know. I'm not big into running here. I just need a moment.
Are you doing okay? What happened back there? You're not usually the type to just freeze up like you did.
It's something he had. It's basically it deeply affects mages, weakening them severely.
They don't appear to have followed us. We shouldn't linger here for too long, though, just in case they pick us up.
I completely agree.
Rothmyr's looking through the trees back towards the caravan, watching the people get killed, and kind of spits on the ground and cowards.
All we can do is move forward at this point. We need to get Ellie in. That's the entire reason we're here. The entire reason they're dying over there. Oh.
It disgusts me what people with power will do. Pointless slaughter for no reason. Spits on the ground.
That's Redania for you. It's their favorite pastime.
That's all of mankind, unfortunately. So few bright spots, but we must help them glow.
Let's carry on as much as we can.
Rothmyr's kind of looking at Carthis, that last thing he said, and you'd probably notice him kind of staring at you kind of darkly for a minute, and then he just kind of looks down at the ground and nods. And then starts to walk towards the direction that they need to go.
How far is it to the prison?
Rothmyr, I'll whisper you.
That's okay. Ayla will stand back up, still a bit winded, leaning on her staff still. I can continue. We can keep going.
3 days from here.
Okay, so we're going to need a bit of a plan. Where are we going to put him when we find him? And also us, because we're also going to need a place to hide.
Let me bring up the map for so you can see that, and I'll give you an idea of what's going on. So you are currently at 5. You are going to 4.
I may have a place, though I would not wish to impose if necessary.
What place?
There was a friend of mine who I helped, provided him with some coin, stayed at his home for a spell before I met you. Cahill. It's not too far, but his family was a bit upset with him bringing a stranger last time. I don't think it should be an issue, but we shouldn't tarry long there.
Of course. If we can escape this place with Ellie and getting him out of there, there's a particular place that I'm hoping the two of us can go after. But I'm just hoping that all this isn't for naught, There's a lot riding on this, at least for me. A lot in finding him.
You must keep your chin up, Ayla. If you need my arm at any point during the travel, let me know.
Thank you, Ser Carthis. I will most likely take you up on that offer. Long distances aren't my strong suit. And Ayla will start walking, following Rothmyr.
Rothmyr's looking at his arm. He sees the cut through his cloth, and you notice that it's kind of healed up almost completely by now.
Yeah, it is. It is actually completely healed. There's not even a scar there anymore.
And he kind of looks back and raised eyebrow. Thank you, Ayla.
Of course, I wasn't going to let you die there.
That's one of the benefits of traveling with Ayla. You get to do everything, and once you get beat up, she heals you. And, here's the fun bit, instead of having to pay a doctor, I used to get paid by her to get healed by her. Carthis gets those benefits now.
Mm.
Not if I can help it.
Yes, I will say that probably in our 2 months of traveling together, he's got a better track record than you so far, Illithor.
Hey, I won't lie, I'm not really that good of a shot.
No, you're not. That's why you're so cheap.
So go ahead and nominate. I think it'd probably be Rothmyr, actually. Go ahead and do a wilderness survival check. I believe that is out of... Oh boy, which one is it out of? Wilderness survival is out of intelligence.
Intelligence, yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Not bad.
Not bad.
3 days through the tree.
I'm partial to the trees myself.
Yep.
I feel that's a bit...
Civilization, I'm afraid.
Yeah, if there's anything you want to say or do before we move on, I'm gonna go.
Honestly, traveling with elves makes the trees a lot less scary to travel through. The squirrels are a lot less likely to want to take your head off.
More or less. Rothmyr, I know this is probably not what you were expecting to get into, taking this kind of job. But I appreciate all the help you're going to be giving us, and all the information you've already given us.
No problem. Don't fret. I'm sure your elf is still breathing.
I do hope so. It's been quite a time since I've seen him.
I hope so too. I want to get paid.
Of course, yes, your payment is very important to you, yeah.
Did you actually pay him the 100 coins, by the way?
I did.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out how to subtract it from my sheet because I forgot what I rolled, but I know I had over 100.
That's fine. 3 days passes, and Rothmyr remembers where this place is. It is in a small grove of trees. You're passing through plains and trees and more or less the countryside. Past the grove of trees, he knows, is a large estate. That estate was where he was held, although he never went in the front door that he remembers. In this grove of trees is a cave. A cave that leads underground, winding, dark, all the way to an underground room, large and foreboding. It wasn't exactly where he was kept. It connected his cells to the cave. Prisoners were taken there from time to time. As he ran through it, it was all a blur. But he knew Into the Caves would deliver them back to the cells where he was held. Good. Good, guys.
Yeah. So I'm guessing we're right near there, or?
Yeah, you're right near there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Rothmyr will point out where the cave is. And he says, the cave, we need to travel there.
And Ayla's a little bit haggard after the last 3 days. You know, looking, bags under her eyes, that kind of thing. The closer they got, the more anxious, more excited she was. Still worried about exactly what they're going to run into, exactly how Elian would be. And she just nods, leaning on her staff a bit.
Sorry, go ahead.
That looks a little bit intimidating there.
I remember there's a passage in some strange chamber. Looks like some cultist's chamber or something.
A cultist chamber?
There's strange things in there.
What kind of people held you?
The only people you ever saw were not so different from the Redanian, just guards, heavily armored.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll tell you about what they look like or whatever. Did they have any special kind of tabards or anything or
Nope.
any symbols on them?
Nope.
No. I was captured by some soldiers. I could not identify them, but I think they were soldiers of Sidara.
Of course. Well, again, appreciating you going back into the belly of the beast, so to speak. She looks over at Illithor and Ser Carthis. Yeah, are the two of you ready for this?
Well, either we go into prison and come out, or we go into prison and we stay in prison. Either way, prison seems to be the only way forward, so I'm game if you are.
I've always been ready for this. Been ready for almost 50 years now.
Carthis will be actually taking out a lantern from his pack and one of his candles that was also in his pack, and using a little bit of flint and steel to try to spark a light on it.
Yep.
Seeing that there's a cave up ahead.
You definitely can do that. Does anybody else have a torch or anything like that?
I got nothing.
No.
I have flint and steel, but I don't have
I kind of think Rothmyr would have a torch, knowing that he's got to go back in here, so we'll say that you do.
Cool, sounds good. Is there any climbing we'll have to do at all or anything like that?
You never had to climb anything.
Okay.
Ser Carthis would attach that to his belt, if possible. Just kind of strap that around and tighten it, so he can keep his hands free. And we won't be staying. We will succeed. Get in, get out. Rothmyr, anything else in this cave we should know about? Caves are often havens for less than savory things.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a awareness there, Rothmyr. Or a deduction. How about a deduction? Yeah, let's do that. That's out of intelligence. Yeah, you can't think of anything besides it's dark and winding.
Yeah. We don't want to get lost in there, but I didn't discover any creatures or anything. It doesn't mean there can't be creatures now, though. We should try to remain unseen, traveling into the cave.
I think I should take up the rear. Rothmyr takes point. That way we have light at either end of the spectrum.
Well, that sounds like an excellent idea to me.
I have to agree there. Let's make sure to keep each other within eyesight. I'd rather not get lost in a place like this. Especially so close.
Agreed. Keep a tight formation, unless we come into trouble. Then, well, do what you have to do not to get killed.
As we start to walk in, I would kind of pull Ayla aside a bit just to kind of whisper to her, like, okay, I just want to make sure that you're mentally prepared if we find him. If he has been in here for 60 years, it might not be the same guy that went in.
I really don't know if I'm mentally prepared or not for whatever he really might be, but I've been searching for him long enough, and, well, whatever it is that he might have turned into, no matter what, I'm gonna stick by him.
Oh, believe me, that's absolutely right, completely moral thing to do. I just want to make sure that you're not shocked by anything.
Unfortunately, I can't promise that. I can promise how I'm gonna react at all. I don't really know how I'm feeling myself. There's a lot of fear, a lot of excitement inside. But no matter what, I just at least want to find out what's happened to him. I need that closure, Illithor.
I know you do, and we are going to find it. It's one way or another, your story is going to end here.
Hopefully it's another story of my life. I'd prefer to be living a little bit longer at least.
Oh no, that's all happy endings.
Hopefully.
As you guys are talking, Ser Carthis approaches Rothmyr. Go ahead, Rude Ghost.
I would just kind of stand, and Carthis is really straightforward, so... I've noticed you looking at me, Rothmyr. It's an issue with my visage, or an issue with my sigil. I would point to the front of my plate mail.
Rothmyr seems kind of hesitant for a minute, getting his gear, or putting the torch in his hand, looking down at the ground for a minute, and he says, "You're Nilfgaardian."
I'm of Nilfgaard, but I do not represent them. What of it?
He takes a deep sigh, and he's like, "I don't like Nilfgaardians." And then he's like, he turns away. He just takes his dagger in his right hand and the torch in the left. And he's like, "But so far I don't have any reason not to like you."
Between you and me, I don't like most Nilfgaardians either. He kind of smirks. A man can't choose where he's from. He can only choose what he does. I'd bear you keep that in mind. And I will keep it in mind for you as well.
Rothmyr nods, thinking it over for a minute. I've been thinking about it the whole way here, actually. Something you said before when we got into the forest. About not being responsible for what your country does. Nilfgaardians killed my mother for no reason. They called her a traitor. And fucking cunts in their black armor.
Yes, it is. Many atrocities been committed by my people. I can accept that. I will not try to stand for their actions. Many atrocities are committed by many in the name of blood, nobility, pointless things that have no bearing on the world around. Shouldn't, anyway. But those of us that see that, see the folly in it, we must continue on. Try to make this world better than it was when we were brought into it. Make it a better place when we leave it.
Rothmyr stares at you for a little bit, and then he says, I don't know about all that.
Most don't. But I would say this at least, perhaps live your life, allow others to live theirs, as long as the two paths do not intersect in a negative fashion. I do appreciate what you're doing here. She has been sick with worry about this man for many times that I've been traveling with her.
That's a long time to be down. And then he kind of whispers and he says, I still expect to get paid if he's dead.
You'll be paid. She does not break her bonds. She's that kind of person.
Rothmyr kind of looks at everybody for a quick minute and then nods to Carthis and turns. Let's get there then.
Two of you ready? He kind of looks over his shoulder at Illithor and Ayla.
Yes, coming.
Yes, on our way.
And as Rothmyr turns and looks past his torch into the darkness, trying to remember his mad scramble out of here, go ahead and roll me Wilderness Survival. You're going for a TN of 14 to figure out if you can figure out the way back.
Ooh, can I use a luck point?
Yeah, you got 2 left. You can use a luck point.
Alright, I'll use one of those guys. See if that helps.
Yeah.
Yes. You know you came from this direction if you see my ping. I just pointed out to be very
Rothmyr
this way.
kind of looks down the passage to his right and the other passage to his left and thinks for a moment, kind of steps on the ground and looks at the sand as if he's almost looking for tracks or something for a minute and closes his eyes and he's like, this way.
All right, lead on. Illithor, or Ayla is standing very close to, kind of behind Illithor, almost peering over his shoulder. She's definitely not comfortable in a place like this.
Yeah, pretty much I keep about an arm's reach, like right behind Rothmyr, so that if the torch, or both light sources were to go out, we
Stop
could
there
easily
for a
find
minute.
each other just... Sorry?
No, I was talking to Rogue, sorry. Go ahead.
So that if both light sources were to go out, we could find each other pretty easy just by pat down.
Mm-hmm.
Carthis occasionally peers over his shoulder as they're walking behind them.
You come to a small ledge. The drop is minimal, 3-4 feet. But you notice that you can go right or left and you're trying to remember which way, go ahead and give me another wilderness survival roll. Haha, you got it.
Nice job.
This way.
Rothmyr will hand his torch back to Illithor for a moment, and kind of use his free hand to hop off the ledge there if he needs it, before taking the torch back when he lands.
Yeah, when I pass you the torch back, I also give you my crossbow so that I could hop down without having to unload it.
Ayla kind of approaches the edge and she'll kind of squat down a bit, kind of trying to get Illithor to help her down.
Oh yeah, I would reach a hand out just to, give her something to grab on.
Yeah, and she'd hop off the ledge and... Oh, thank you.
My lady.
Carthis just kind of brusquely kind of drops down to the ground heavily in his armor and straightens up, looks around.
Rothmyr stops for a minute, tries to if there's any wind or breeze or anything. And is it this way?
Yep. Okay. About right there. Yeah, you come here and you feel wind kind of swirling at a cross breeze. And you look to the left and you look to the right. And go ahead and give me a wilderness survival roll.
I knew it. I was like,
Yep,
no
I
way.
knew it.
That luck was eventually going to run out.
You're looking there and you can't remember.
Rothmyr will look to the ground. Are there any tracks at all or anything like that?
You look to the ground and you see no tracks but your own. You see no tracks
you
to
drop
the right, none to the left.
And kind of wet the finger there on his tongue. What was that? You said there was a little slight breeze coming from somewhere?
You think that it's just down the tunnel. You're not sure if it's coming from one direction. Definitely from behind you, slightly.
He'll look back to the others and be like, I cannot remember. I think it might be this way. And he kind of points to the right. And
Right's always the lucky guess.
starts to slowly move that way.
I trust you on this.
If he's wrong, we can always turn around.
True. Hopefully we can remember the way out, too.
You come to this area and you think you've found something. You look in that direction straight ahead and there's a slight, maybe light. You look up and you are pretty sure this is not at least where you came in, but you vaguely remember passing it. It's a light that's coming up through the ground. There's a root that's broken free with ever so slightly has moved dirt aside. But you do remember coming in this direction at the very least.
He'll nod, kind of wide-eyed and thinking, yes, this is the way.
Ayla's kind of rubbing one of her shoulders with a free hand.
It is getting rather cold down here.
A little bit. Maybe it's just the air quality.
Yeah, it smells. When you get there, Rothmyr, hold up. You're smelling stenches of rot and decay. It could be stale air or decomposing, dirt and mud and mold. And Rothmyr, you finally again come to another intersection, and you can go forward, left, or right. And give me one more wilderness roll.
Ooh.
As we approach the stench, it just kind of hits me like a brick wall. Smells are something that are very important to Illithor. Hold on a second, I have something for this. He would pull the raspberry perfume out of his bag and spray it on a rag and pass it back to Ayla. Here, would you like one of these?
Thank you very kindly. She'll take
You're
it.
welcome. Anyone else?
Rothmyr just stares at him for a long time.
No, just me then.
I'm used to the stench of death, my man. Don't worry about it.
Rothmyr.
Yeah, so I would hold the fucking thing over my mouth.
Yeah, so as Rothmyr is looking around, he thinks to his left, yes, that's the way, it must be. And then all of a sudden Illithor sprays this perfume and it begins to quaff into the air, very, very pungent in these close quarters, even though it's sprayed directly into a cloth.
Oh no.
And you hear a
What was that?
Not good.
No, maybe we should hurry a little bit.
This is the way for you, Rothmyr.
Rothmyr points in the direction in which they're supposed to go. Maybe quick on pace.
I agree.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
You hear this thudding noise and this and you see this beast coming around the corner.
I
Quickly.
grab Ayla and put her behind me quickly.
I drop the rag, my eyes go wide, and I just I one hand shoot the crossbow because I'm just like, oh fuck. So what kind of penalties would I take for that?
You would take no penalties. It is
Okay.
You can barely see it, but you don't have to. You could do something else to try to get away. You could try to run, you could try to fight it. That's up to you.
Yeah, I think he would just gut reaction is shoot the crossbow.
Okay. What does
Okay.
everybody else want to do? Just to
Rothmyr had started to move faster down the passageway, so he probably will get to at least about here before he notices that Illithor is firing back at it.
Twang.
Yeah, I would go ahead and, as he's firing haphazardly, Ayla, move with Rothmyr. Illithor, you as well. And then I'd start to try to position myself after his shot and the crossroads.
Yep, you guys can position yourself as you like.
Yeah, so after my shot, I would try to hop onto the ledge.
Okay.
And then spend some stamina to reload.
Yep, just one second. We'll get to your firing action here in just a second. Ayla, where would you like to
Okay,
put
sure.
yourself?
Ayla would be kind of behind Ser Carthis, waiting for Illithor to kind of get out of the way so she can scramble beside him. And,
Yeah, you can start behind him if you want.
behind Illithor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wherever you want.
She'll kind of push past him and gonna be scrambling away, trying to follow Rothmyr.
Yeah, Rothmyr is you walk out and you see this grate which you had moved, which is slightly ajar still, and a small few handholds and footholds going up, and then there's several bones just that you look around and you look down and you see that you're standing on. And then you hear a crossbow bolt and this. And then you shot. So we'll just take that one out of initiative and then we'll roll initiative. So he'll roll a dodge roll. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crossbow bolt just there's an odd angle and it hits the actual side of the cave. Go ahead and roll initiative, everyone. Hold on 1 second before you do that. Gotta clear it. Oh, you already rolled? Everybody roll already? Or
No.
are those old rolls? Okay, hold on. Okay.
These are new rules.
Yeah,
I
but
don't see anything in a turn order.
Okay. Yeah, I do. So it's from the. Yeah, it's fine. I got him. Go ahead and roll. If Illithor and Ser Carthis, you're fine.
Okay. Slow as hell.
Alright, Ser Carthis, what are you gonna do?
I would so I'd yell back to everyone, "Don't worry about this monster. Just keep moving. You can just get through without bothering it." And I would raise my shield. "I'll keep it busy. Just keep moving along. No need to worry." And I'm gonna move to keep myself between whoever's in the rear and this creature, and I'm gonna just dedicate my entire round to actively dodging.
Okay, cool. Definitely can do that. Alright. Illithor, what would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna reload my crossbow, but keep backing up. I obviously, I bump into Ayla, so I can't move very far.
Yeah, you can all move together since you all go together.
Okay.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Cool.
Okay, so reloading crossbow is your action. So Carthis is actively dodging. Rothmyr, what are you doing?
Rothmyr is going to take a step way towards the right, and push it aside if he can.
Go ahead and give me a physique roll.
Okay. That is... Is that from body? Yeah.
It is.
12.
Yeah, you're unable to get it unlodged. You're like yanking at it, unable to free it. Doc, I gave you sight.
And he's just been using one hand too with the torch and the other one, so he's gonna set the torch down if he still gets a chance to.
Yeah, that would be your turn for this round. Unless you want to use stamina to try it again.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Go.
Ayla, what would you like to do?
Ayla would hurry over to Rothmyr, look at him, look down at the grate. What do you want me to do?
Can you use your magic to move this?
Unfortunately, I can try to physically help you, but my magic does not go as far as moving things on its own. I'm sorry.
Let's see how strong you are.
Okay. She'll rub her hands together a bit, like she's preparing to open this thing.
Yeah, you can give it a whirl. You can use luck too.
Sure. It's I'm guessing body.
It is body.
Physique.
Body physique.
Okay. I'll use a luck.
Nice.
So how does it look like as you rip this thing off where Rothmyr could not?
So Ayla, being kind of skinny elf she prepares kind of like she's seen like Ser Carthis do when he's about to lift something heavy, rubbing her hands together and, all right, let's see if this works. And she squats down and grabs it with both hands, straining as she's standing back up. And all of a sudden it just kind of rips open. She stumbles back a bit, looking probably just as shocked as the others, looking at her hands, looking at the now open grate, looking back to Rothmyr. What? I guess you just loosened it.
Have you been working out?
No. Not really.
Well, if I'd have used both hands, you know, then there'd been no problem.
Of course. I had the advantage.
All right. All right, so as the three of you back up, Ser Carthis sees this thing just barrel out of this tunnel and basically leap on top of him, or attempt to, swinging its claws down wildly. Ah! And it gets a -2, I believe, right?
Yes. For active dodge. For active defense.
Okay. Here we go. -2.
Oh, I don't know if you parry brawls. Probably not.
I mean, you could essentially block them with your shield or whatever.
No, I'll try to parry it.
So you're parrying or blocking with your sword, technically.
Parrying.
Okay, so I'll give you a -3, but it should all be worked in if you hit the button. Go ahead and roll fumble.
Oof. That's not good.
Ooh. Yeah, that is not. So that's a 6.
Versus a 16.
Yep, that's gonna be a critical. Hits you in the leg. Wait. Hits you in the arm. Arm. Damage is 12, so we'll do that first. So I believe that's 10 extra damage. So, yep, complex. 22 is soaked.
Yes, 22 is soaked. I have plate.
Okay. So let's see. Something just look. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's impressive. Do you have? You must have like. We'll have to look at it later, but you should have like penalties to your attack and stuff with that heavy of armor.
Let me see. I would think so. I know I think it's an edge penalty that I factored in, but it might have been factored on the old sheet, so I'm not certain.
That's fine. We'll look at that later, but we'll just note that we need to look at it because I think that stuff is like a -2.
It is, yeah. It is. Let me see if I can. I'll put it for the stat modifier actually for Dex. No.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Okay. So let me do the critical roll here because you did get critted. Critical, complex, critical. So we'll do a.
Oh damn.
Yeah. This thing comes down and it just slams into you and it lands on your left leg. You hear this crack and you just feel this terrible pain shoot up your leg and into your hip as your leg is broken, partially at the very least.
Miserable cunt! You just kind of try to knock it back.
Okay, I altered your speed. Oh, did you already do it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just 1 second, I'll
fix it.
Okay. And then go in your character sheet if you would and put on your skills -3 to dodge and athletics. Because I don't have a macro for skills. And then you are up.
Alright. Athletics. There it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue to attempt to back up.
You can.
And continue to just actively dodge or actively defend. Just kind of limping away as I backstepping with the shield and sword forward.
Illithor, what would you like to do?
Is there a way to aim and shoot, or do I have to take a full turn to aim?
I believe aim is just one of. Yeah, it is a full round action to aim.
All right. Then
But,
yeah.
you could aim, and then you could do an
yeah,
extra
spend the
action and
3.
shoot. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
It's just full round actions means you can't add a movement to it.
Gotcha.
So okay, that would be 3 stamina for you. That's 3.
Extra action. Oh wait, but if I'm shooting as my extra action, it's gonna get rid of all my aim bonus.
No. It just gives you a +1. If you aim,
Okay.
it's whatever your next shot is +1 to 3 based on how many turns you aim. No, you get a +1.
It'd be like an aim, then because if you do an aim, then like a fast attack, then you're just getting a +1.
Right.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do fast attacks, then you can do 2 in 1 round, but with a crossbow, it's a bit different.
Yeah, crossbows you cannot make a strong or fast strike with a crossbow since they only have 1 draw length, so it's basically just a shot.
Yep, just a shot.
Gotcha.
Did you add your 1 in there? It looks like you did. So 15.
Best shot I've made all day.
I'll try to dodge.
Balls.
Just
We're 0-4.
ducks under it. That would be your turn, Rothmyr. What would you like to do with the grate opened?
Does he hear? I don't know if I can see him.
If you can see him from here,
yeah.
you can. You heard him scream out.
You would have heard me say "miserable cunt."
Yeah. I'll leave that torch there on the ground. And how far is it when do you move that it uses an action?
Basically, you would have to do that run. So that would be speed times 3.
Actually, can I use a throwing blade? Because he's on the ground. Carthis is on the ground right now.
No,
or is
I'm
it
still
on
standing.
top?
Yeah, he's still standing. It would be a heck of a throw.
You
moved out. Okay, I see. Yeah, you can probably throw past him. I might give a little bit of cover.
If I can make it past him, I'll run past him with the 2 daggers. Like about right there, and then attack.
You can charge.
Yeah. Jump past him, slice using both daggers to slice.
Okay, go ahead and you click your dagger, and then there should be a charge option.
It just says attack and defend.
Yeah, go ahead and click attack, and then it'll ask you
Okay.
what type of attack, and I think charge is in there.
Extra action, no. Fast strike, charge, there it is. That was garbage.
That did not work. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, so 19 damage 3. It'll try to dodge. Where did you hit it?
Oh, I keep looking at the wrong thing. Is that like a ninja dodge right there? Did he just do?
It basically you try to hit it and it just moves out of the way and like looks at you.
The Jackie Chan dodge right
And
there.
blood is like dripping off its lips from something else.
And then, do I get one more, or
You can spend a stamina for one more. You can't
yeah,
charge again, but
I will. I'll spend a stamina
Mhm.
because he seems like he's worrisome. Fast strike. He's breaking people's legs and stuff. This guy needs to stop doing that.
oh, roll your critical.
Oh,
Nice.
Rothmyr has been okay. So 25. He's gonna dodge again. That's gonna be. Let's see. That's a 9 critical. So it's a simple critical. Damage-wise, 4. You hit him in the arm. That's half. So 2 damage and then half damage again. 1 damage because it's a monster. And you don't have a silver sword. So you cut him and it like you're like, what the? It does nearly nothing. But we're gonna do a critical. So click on that GM. Oh, actually plus. Hold on. I'm sorry. So 7. So plus 3 damage. Let me calculate that again. 7 damage, or I'm sorry, halved. 2 damage plus. So basically 4 damage. Sorry. Because of the critical. Then go ahead and click on the GM token, and then go ahead and click me a simple critical. You add to the scars on its face.
nobody's gonna like you after this.
Alright, Ayla, you are up.
Ayla, following the instructions of Ser Carthis to continue and not engage with this creature, she's gonna go over to the hole and jump down into it. But she is going to grab the torch before she goes down.
Okay, actually, yeah, Rothmyr does not have a torch. Okay. Yeah, you climb up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. You climb up into this hole. And we'll see what happens down here. The ghoul spins on Rothmyr, swinging its claw. $18. Would you like to spend a stamina to dodge?
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead. Nope.
Oh no.
12 damage to the torso. What's your soak on your torso?
I believe it's 3.
Yeah.
Nice. Gear, inventory, torso 3, yes.
Yeah, its claws just rips you across the stomach. Blood's just welling up on your clothes. Ser Carthis and his broken leg, what would you like to do? Seeing Rothmyr almost gutted.
Yeah, this is the guide that they still need. So, idiot, get behind me! And he's gonna go back in,
Okay.
and try to just put some strikes on this thing with his cord. You can make 2 fast attacks, right?
You can, yes.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
So you would attack 4 times. So
Whoa,
so
4 times.
Yeah, so the fast attack, anytime you do a fast attack, you attack twice. So if you do a fast attack for your first action, that's 2 attacks. And then if you did a fast attack for your second action, that's 2 more attacks. Only at...
Oh, you just been stamina to the second one?
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not sold on that yet, so just the 2 for right now.
Yep.
Just move in and-
You can choose after you do whatever you need to do. 20?
21.
21. Shouldn't your broken leg give you negatives to that?
It gives me negatives to my... Let me see where that was.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up.
Gotta find it.
Speed.
Should be speed.
Dodge, athletic. I guess not. Okay.
Nope.
Alright, so, okay, cool. But then we don't have negatives for your armor, so...
I should. That's weird. It'd be -2. Let me decrease it in the actual thing for... Because I think it would apply...
You know what you can do? You can go in your... I think you can go in your sword, in your cord, and go on accuracy and put a -2 in it. And I think that'll do it.
Let me see. Yes. So from now on, it'll do that, but we can...
Yep.
19
19
would be what it said.
Okay. It's going to try to dodge. So that's a hit. So 20 damage. It has no soak. Okay, so the first thing, well...
Half and half.
Half and half,
5.
so 5. Cut it pretty
Bleed.
good. And then we'll do a bleed. Go ahead and roll me. Yep.
Nope.
Nope, it doesn't start bleeding. It just kind of rocks.
Second one.
Yep.
It's a Jackie Chan ghoul.
This guy's wild. 21 again, 19 again. Or no, that's actually
No,
a 21.
it's in there,
It's
yep.
with a -2.
Perfect. Okay. Dodging again. It's going to dodge that one.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay, now we'll
It jumps
spend
off
the
the
extra.
wall, flips.
We're gonna spend the extra stamina and we're gonna go in again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out of here, Ser Carthis.
That's fine. This is what we want. Actually,
You can do a strong attack if you wanted. You could.
I have something different in mind. I want to... What I want to do is... I want to do a trip for my first with a weapon attack. So it's 1 action. Oh no, our fast attack would have been 2 actions. It would have been 1 action doing 2 attacks. So I'm actually gonna try to do a trip attack with this extra. And what that is, if I make a weapon attack, I can attempt to strike target legs and knock them prone. If I succeed, they fall flat.
Okay.
What is it normally to knock somebody to the ground?
So you're gonna need to do a brawling roll. So your kick
Oh, it's a
roll.
brawling.
Yeah, you can attempt to kick the cart. Yeah, it's under brawling and wrestling, so you have to use your kick.
Disregard. I thought it was melee. No, we'll just do the fast attack.
There is a trip. There is another trip. I'm sorry. By making a weapon attack. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so weapon attack and
Yep.
to the legs, extra action. It's probably gonna dodge.
So I think you need to aim. So when you put your location, you'll have to do legs. So to give you a negative, whatever.
Can Carthis still
11.
walk?
Yeah, he can walk.
Oh,
His speed is lowered significantly. So
Jesus fucking Christ.
yeah, you swing down at his legs, and it doesn't seem to be bothered in the least. He moves out of the way. Illithor.
I'm going to reload the crossbow. I don't know why. And try to stay closer to Ayla and try to look down this other hallway just to make sure that nothing's coming out this way. I can't see shit though.
Yeah, you have no torch, so you can't see
Yep.
more than a couple feet in front of you. Alright.
But yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Okay, Rothmyr, what would you like to do?
Yeah, he's gonna run.
Okay.
if I can,
You
get
can
a
attack
shot.
then run, yeah, sure. Fast
yeah.
attack, you would attack twice, so.
And then take off. All right.
He tries to dodge. Jeez.
Oh my
Please
god.
run. Please run.
You get one more fast attack. You still got
One
you
more.
get another swing. So go ahead.
I still get another one.
Mm-hmm.
Just run.
Well, the good thing about the ghoul is it's gonna have a hard time hurting Ser Carthis unless it criticals him to death.
I mean, it's doing a good job so far.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me another one of those. Oh, there you go. Give me another.
Oh?
Give me another critical roll. Critical plus fumble.
Yes.
God, you're rolling like a machine though.
Hot pockets.
30. 30. Here we go. Don't give it another scar. So that's
Yeah, right.
that's an 11. So that's so what are we looking for damage here? 4 plus 10, I believe. Let me find that. Yep. So 14. Leg halved. 7 halved. 4.
Maybe I can get him on the ground.
So now go ahead and click on that GM token and give me a complex
critical.
critical. Mm-hmm.
Complex.
Breaks ribs. So how does that look as you hit it? It's like, "Ah!" and something happens.
Yeah, the as he's like totally shocked by the claws digging in through his gambeson and into his stomach, so he's like stumbles back, totally changes his mind, and after Ser Carthis is like, "Get behind me, fool," he's like, "I'm out of here," As he starts to run, he swings one dagger, misses, slams the other dagger between some ribs, rips it out, and just hauls ass. And shouts to Sir, "Run!"
And Ayla is upstairs seeing what she sees as this combat is happening down here. Isn't sure what's going on exactly. The ghoul attempts to grab Ser Carthis. What am I gonna do here? It attempts to grapple Ser Carthis, grabbing him. So that is a brawl check. This is just for the roll, not for the actual damage or anything. $16. So
Am I rolling to resist?
Yeah, you can dodge.
physique?
Any active defense you can make against it.
I'll try to block him, sort of push him away with my shield, essentially.
Mhm.
So
You can use luck too. Don't forget that.
no, I should be.
Luck
Well, I won't
luck
say
gets
that, but-
refreshed every session, so keep that in mind. But that is no
22.
problem. So you take your shield and just smack it off of it as it tries to grab you. You just Now it's your turn again.
Oh, sorry. Still backstepping, just back to active defense again, trying to get everybody else hurted there, wherever.
And you could
this
run,
thing is.
right? Which would be 6.
That's kind of crap. They're still not all where they need to be. So Ser Carthis looking over his shoulder, seeing everybody still clamoring into this hole, and he's gonna try to hold out one more time and then maybe go for it. But
Okay. Illithor, what would you like to do?
You said Ayla already went up the stairs?
Yeah, you don't even see her anymore.
Oh shit. Yeah, if I looked behind me and
You
saw
see-
she wasn't there, I was like,
She took the lantern.
Yeah, she took it. Well, there's a lantern, so the light
she has a
situation
torch.
is this. Yeah, Ser Carthis has a lantern wrapped around his waist, hanging from his belt, basically. And Ayla has the torch. So you guys are basically looking up and you see a torch above you.
Okay.
Hey, gents, Ayla's gone AWOL.
I'm up here.
Rothmyr will be like, go, go, go.
I'm gonna try and, like, stumble my way up the stairs in the dark.
Yeah, you can do that. That's not a problem. You climb up.
Alright, so I thought we said we were going to stay pretty close to each other. What happened to that?
Well, it's also we have to kind of progress forward and get away from that thing, you know. Not gonna fight it.
We do, and your boy is doing an excellent job of keeping him off of us so far.
Exactly. It's better for us to kind of, run up here, and eventually he'll run up here too.
So, just quick question,
Yeah,
really
yes.
quick. If I had been the one getting chomped on by zombies, would you have left me down there?
If you told me to run, then yes.
A fair point. That's a fair point.
And as you're talking, Rothmyr, you hear them bickering above you. What do you do? With this massive gash in your stomach.
I'm gonna head up there, and he kind of looks back towards Ser Carthis. Doesn't say anything else though, but pulls himself up into the chamber if they're up there, if they're in a chamber up there.
Yep.
And kind of grabs his chest like,
Don't worry there. I'll help you out a little bit. Just 1 second. She'll hand off the torch to Illithor before casting her healing magic on Rothmyr.
Okay, that's valid. Go ahead and do that. So we'll take your stamina away. -5. And did you give me a D10 to see how much it's
Oh,
going to
yes.
heal here?
Or how long?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it runs.
Oh, so he'll be completely healed. He doesn't have very much hit points to begin with, so he's up there and he begins to heal. As this is happening, the ghoul rushes Carthis again. This time attempting to hit him in the head with his claws.
Come on, Carthis.
Yeah, the shield's getting battered.
It's down to 3, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna try to block again though. This is way too rowdy. So yeah, Carthis seeing it, going for the strike against the skull. We'll try to raise his shield up.
Yeah, you're easily able to deflect it as it swings towards you. Oh, it should have had a -2 to that roll too, but yep, miss.
Nice.
All right, down to 2. So I'll do a quick check over my shoulder. Looks like they're all up.
Yep, they are all up.
So, as far as how is this like? Do I have to climb up there, or what exactly?
Yeah, you'll have to climb. It's like these. It's obviously handholds and notches in the wall, specifically made to climb up. It's not like as nice as like a ladder rung, but yeah, you would have to climb. You are. I would say you are. I would say you're like 6 meters to it or so, and I would say it would take another turn to go up it, so it's gonna basically attack you one more time if you get there and try to climb up while you're trying to climb on the ladder. So it's probably going to get a +3 to its attack, and you probably won't be able to dodge or block if you're actively trying to climb up.
I will move. I'll run to it, but I won't start climbing just yet.
Okay. Everyone else, you
I got an idea.
you see this darkness or this light from directly below you, seeing Carthis standing there, and you guys can act if you want. I don't know what you would do, but
I'll tell Illithor to get the grate ready, if he can.
the grate is on the on the ground.
Oh, is it?
It's down there. It's basically it was on the ceiling. You didn't carry it up with you, so you had to pull it down and then toss it to the side.
Ah, I see.
So unless there's anything you guys are specifically going to do,
I'll drop my rope to him if it's. How far is it down there?
10 feet.
Yeah, I'll extend my rope off my belt for him to grab on. Maybe we can try to pull him out of there if he needs it.
Yeah, you could try to get him up quicker.
It's got a grappling hook on the end.
He is one heavy man right now, wearing full plate.
Yeah, and I doubt I could pull him up by myself. So
I don't even know.
Just ask the hard ass elf that pulled off the
She-Hulk. She-Hulk, help us!
I have a body of 10.
No.
So Carthis is massive, like 6'3", so
Big boy.
Absolute unit.
yeah, in plates. I feel like you guys probably can't do it.
It could help him, maybe. Illithor or Ayla, is there anything you want to do at this point?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead. Oh, okay. Ayla will kind of ready her freezing spell just in case it kind of comes into the line of view for her.
Yep. Gotcha.
I'm gonna aim my crossbow.
Alright. Well, as you might expect, it does rush towards Ser Carthis, so Ayla, why don't you do your thing first?
Alright. I'll post this first. Ha.
Don't get too happy yet.
Oh, true, it's gonna dodge.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a really good dodge.
Alright, so I took your stamina. It's gonna dodge.
Jackie Chan's off the wall.
Ooh.
Yep. Meat is attacking when you meet, it's a fail. So it dodges.
Ah.
Does he get a penalty for his bod? Isn't
It's
dodge
already
off
worked
or-
in.
Oh, no.
Doesn't look like it.
Well, it doesn't look like it because
Okay.
because I updated the attributes itself.
Fair
So
enough.
his body is normally 6, and then on here, well, that would be weird. Oh, body isn't for dodge. Dodge is out of dex.
Dex, that's right.
And then his dex was altered. It should be a 6. It is, okay.
Okay, so yeah, it is, right?
Yeah, okay. Yep.
No.
Don't
So
forget.
it just kind of it just freezes the wall a little
Yeah,
bit.
you can spend stamina to act again.
Oh no. She'll attempt. Might as well.
Okay, so that's going to be -5 stamina total, and you can use luck too. Don't forget that.
I'll use
As much as you want.
another luck point there.
Okay.
He's got -2 to body and -1 to reflex and dex.
Yep. mhm.
Oh my goodness.
So that should be a -3 on that because of.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
22.
Yep, 22.
Little 22. I
okay.
swear.
Come on.
That is definitely.
Yeah.
So as you're all racing, kind of like trying to get up, you see this thing like freeze, and it's like stuck there as Ser Carthis is backing away from it.
Get up here. Hurry. Won't be for long.
Yeah, Carthis is gonna contemplate trying to behead this thing that broke his leg, this horrible monster that's probably gonna kill someone later, but he relents because they have a task, so he begins to stifle his pain and climbs up.
I have an idea. While he's frozen, I'm gonna take my bottle of raspberry perfume and huck it at the wall behind the ghoul.
You throw it down into the cave as you kind of move up and away from the opening. You stand there for several moments, minute, 2 minutes. You hear "Ah!" and you can't quite see what's happening down there, but it never tries to come up.
Oh, Jesus. That was very intense. Ser Carthis, I can probably take a look at that thing, really. I'll try to do something.
It's broken. I heard the bones snap.
Let me see. What is it? I can use magic healing. The spell can be used repeatedly to heal a critical wound. That way.
Yeah, but what does that mean exactly? Heal a critical wound? Like repeatedly?
That's true. Yeah, how repeatedly will I be? Just because it's 5 each.
Yeah, I mean hit points and I think you can stabilize it. That's what I think that you can do. That's my.
Is he bleeding?
No, he's not bleeding. He just has a broken
Just splinted.
leg. So let's look at this. So, is that exactly how it reads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll pull it up so we can see.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just
Let me just roll it here real quick. Magic healing. God, that's so scary.
Stamina cost equal to level of critical? I don't really know how that would work.
For now, let's say you have to roll it again, and then we'll put it as treated for now.
Okay, so just spend the stamina for it?
Yeah, so you'll spend 5. I'll take it away. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, at this point she's getting fairly tired at this point. Hopefully we don't run into anything else like that.
Okay, so
I didn't see anything like that one before.
I've run into a few monsters in my time, but nothing like that.
So we're gonna have to go back that way.
Oh, let's just not burn any perfume there. Ser Carthis, how's your leg?
Feeling a bit better. Still uneasy, but I can walk.
Let's hurry. Maybe that thing's distracted enough, so if we get out of here as soon as possible, we can leave.
just give me 2 seconds, guys. So your dodge is currently your dodge should be -5. I'm in your sheet messing around, Ghost.
That's fine. I thought it should be 4 because of the edge penalty from the armor.
Oh yes, gotcha. You're correct. I totally wasn't even taking that into account. So -2 dex. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Same thing for anything with dex related, or reflex related stuff like melee and swordsmanship, or.
Yes, actually it is. So I'm pretty sure. We'll look at it before next session too, but I'm almost positive. So all right. Oh, but you've already got that added in too. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. That's good. So you guys climb up, and Ayla is able to heal Ser Carthis as they get to the top and move along the stone pathway. you have a feeling that you're still maybe not underground. It's very, very dark, unnaturally so. You hear screaming and this thudding. Is it a heartbeat? It's something just is very strange. These braziers next to you light up. Or they're lit, burning bright. As you stand before a set of stairs.
Ayla kind of grabs onto Illithor's arm as they start walking. She's trembling at this point. I don't like this at all.
That's alright, don't worry about it too much. I think you might have made the right choice replacing me, though. Carthis seems like a good lad.
Oh, Carthis is very wonderful. They're gonna talk as she's walking forward. I'm just very uneasy here.
That's alright. Would you look at my crossbow? I think it's warped.
Oh, maybe.
It just... everywhere I pointed at, it just doesn't seem right.
Maybe we can get you a new one after this.
So I gave light to Carthis and Ayla for now.
Rothmyr has the torch again.
No, Ayla does, unless you want it back.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'll stay, Rothmyr stays in front of Ayla, just, close by, but he's got his 2 daggers in hand, kind of scanning the perimeter.
You don't see anything out here. You see a set of doors in front of you. On the door in the middle, where it opens, it's double doors, right? So in the middle, on one side is one side of a skull, and the other is another side of the skull. It's clearly been cut in half and affixed to the door in some ornate fashion. It's been
there's the cultists you were talking about.
It's been soaked in bronze.
Illithor has kind of given up on his crossbow at this point. He's going to pull out his short sword.
This doesn't bode well.
No, but we have to keep going.
Of course.
No turning back at this point. This is so close.
Carthis is gonna reach for the... I'm assuming the skulls are the door handles, essentially, so he's gonna reach for the skull on the right and look at everybody before he kind of pulls it open very slowly, trying to peek in as he does.
You peek in, and there's a statue of some abomination. You have no idea what it is. There's flames from 2 braziers there, but you see no person.
Sort of sick fantasies that these fools indulge in.
Oh gosh, I don't wish to know.
You look to the left, see the door, but look to the right. And does the screaming sound like it's coming from?
Up the stairs, perhaps. Rothmyr, you, for some reason, you don't remember this place very well. You remember running through it, but for some reason you just don't have a clear recollection of this place.
Rothmyr's got both daggers in hand, kind of staring at the statue here, and he says, I never encountered anyone in here, and I ran through it quickly to escape this place. I can't remember anything in here.
Seems like a hard thing to forget.
That might be a reason you're forgetting, though.
Stay close.
Of course.
At the top of the stairs is another door very similar to the last.
Yeah, Carthis will. Same strategy as before, open very slowly as he's peering in.
You see two braziers in the distance, but it's hard to see.
Do I see what I see, though?
Yes,
Figures, or?
you see in the distance, illuminated by those braziers, a few men standing about on this, what appears to be walkway over a hole.
Yeah, look at it. Look through it.
If this room is...
He'll kill his lantern, actually. Kind of reach inside and lick his fingers and dab out the light.
Done.
And then look back at the others. Kill that torch. Be very quiet. You must not scream. It is awful.
Okay. And she'll go and mush the torch against the wall or something just to put it out.
Rothmyr will try to go into a kind of a prowl type mode, putting both daggers like underneath his cloak and still in hand, but to try to shield the glint of the steel.
Mm-hmm.
And Ayla will kind of extend hands, one on Ser Carthis, one on Illithor, just to keep track of them in the dark.
Not a bad idea.
I'm going in trying to be quiet. So
You clamber out there in your plate mail on this kind of it's like a ledge you look off of. You see one of the cultists on the walkway. He brings forth a torch, which helps you see even better. From here up on the ledge, you see down into the hole slightly. It looks like a gigantic beating heart.
What the fuck?
The sound is deafening. The cultist looks down before him. There is a slab there with some figure on it. Ida onina eziga hezigade adide. He brings forth a blade and dives it into the stomach of the person on the slab. The head of the person jerks up as best it can in a scream, a terrible scream. Ayla only catches a glimpse, a very brief glimpse of blonde hair, edged ears. First she is unsure. Could it be who she thinks it is? It is hard to tell in this terrible darkness, but it could be. It looks like he screams out "Ah!" in such agony and horror. And as the four of you look on, the screen fades to black. That's it.
How long has he been down here?
I don't know exactly.
You gotta let him. You gotta let him ripen for like 60 years exactly before you can sacrifice them to
The fucking heart god.
to
the
Cthulhu,
fucking dude.
whatever
Just-
this is.
Just so you can watch it.
Yeah. What are the odds?
Ayla's gonna be charging in there. Oh, goodbye.
Oh yeah, we're proper
Just say the
fucked.
word.
Yeah,
My
your,
boy.
your stamina's still. You haven't had a chance to rest.
Oh,
so.
no.
Oh yeah, you're sleepy.
Oh, I'm very sleepy, but it's gonna
I'm
go
good.
hard.
Just say the word.